Hey girls and boys, this is Natalie and you're watching Whole Lotta Love, and today is a get ready with me where I create this really fun, really intense, playful orange and blue eyeshadow look. To create this look, I use the Juvia's Place. This is the Wahala 2 palette, and this is what it looks like inside. It's just a really fun, colorful palette with a lot of blues and silvers in it. So I use this to create the look, which was a lot of fun. I also try a few other products in the video. If you are interested in seeing how I got this look and seeing me try out a few products and kind of catching up a little bit, if you are interested in seeing that, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've already done my brows and primed my eyelids with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, which is a classic, and it is great to use as an eyeshadow primer when you're doing colorful looks. So the palette I'm going to use today is the Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette. So this is what the palette looks like. This is what it looks like inside. It's kind of similar to the original Wahala palette, but there's like a lot more blues and stuff. So we're definitely going to play with the blues. I also want to play with this Wasted shade, which is just like this super intense coral shade, like a neon orangey coral. So we're gonna do something fun. So I'm gonna take this Morphe and Jeffree Star JS8 brush, and I'm gonna start in this shade Lit right over here. It's like just like a light peachy shade. Just tap it off. And I'm gonna go above my crease very, very lightly just to give it like a slight shadow. So in my last video I had said that I don't do like self-tanners or anything like that, but since my last video I have tried the Tanologist tan drops. I didn't really know how they work because the instructions on the bottle are kind of vague. I didn't know like that it might be like a gradual process, like not super gradual, but it's like it takes like a couple, like an hour or two to like really show up on your skin once you put it on. So I kind of put like a lot of layers on my face and on my skin, and it definitely works. Like I'm definitely like a lot darker, but like that they say wash your hands right after. Like you can see I definitely wash my hands like so many times, but it's still like kind of stained, and there's like some demarcation like over here, but it's not, it doesn't look super streaky or anything, and I really like it. It was a good test run. I think now that I've used it once, I'll definitely like have a much better idea how to kind of go lighter and blend it out better and stuff like that. So I'm excited to play around with that, but I don't necessarily super love the look of tan, especially like the artificial, because it looks, to me it looks a little dirty. It's kind of like the same thing as faux freckles whenever I put them on my face, because I don't really have freckles, so like to me it just like I feel like it makes my face look a little dirty. So you can see I'm just doing like the slightest little bit, like you can barely even see it. I think that's what I'm gonna do with that shadow. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Jealous, which is just like this hot matte teal shade. I'm gonna use the same brush, again tap off the excess, and we're gonna kind of go over and like under. We're gonna go kind of just layer that blue on top of the first shade. Since it's a little more pigmented, you can see it's like kind of is going under a little bit. We're just building up colors here, so it's all good. So how is everybody doing? I'm doing fine. Yesterday me and my husband went to an outlet mall, and it was just very, very crowded and overwhelming. And a lot of people were standing on lines for stores, and you know, I wanted to go, but then I definitely like regretted it, because you know, he didn't seem to be having a good time, and it was just overwhelming with all the people. For me, at least it's an outdoor mall, so it's not like I felt like super endangered, but like, I always want to go out, but then as soon as I do, I'm like, oh, I want to be home. I did get a bunch of cute winter staple kind of clothes from the Gap, and I might do like a little random stuff haul on this channel and show some of that stuff, but just like really good like basics for winter. And since I'm not going to be really, you know, going out much, you know, I don't need anything like super fancy, so these are just like really comfy, decent quality items. So I'm still just layering that Jealous shade and blending. I'm just doing a lot of blending. Blue eyeshadow is not my favorite. It kind of has like a weird like change in color, and sometimes it just looks kind of not as nice as other shadows. So you really have to kind of really work it in. I'm just gonna go back into that Lit shade one more time just to bring that back into the look a little bit. And I'm using a OCC Cosmetics Smaller Tapered Blending Brush just because it's a clean brush that I have. And I'm just putting this above Jealous. Blend it out a little more. And with the same OCC small tapered blending brush, I am gonna go into the shade Dream right here, which is just like a deep electric blue. There's a few shades that are pretty similar in the palette to that one, but I think that's the deepest one. It's like an electric blue, which, you know, for what I think I want to do, I want it to really contrast, so I want to go in the deep color. So I'm just going to actually put this in my crease. I think the last time I did a Juvia's Place look on my channel, I also did a blue eyeshadow look. I always really am drawn to these electric blue colors, even though they don't make great eyeshadows. You have to like layer it a lot. Really get the intensity. Whew, I am feeling my age. It's also that time of month, so that's probably why I have a lot of pain in my back, and I'm also sitting in kind of like a small chair, like not a, you know, nice reclined chair. So yeah, so there's pain, and I had to get a pillow. I also got my Synergy Raw Kombucha Trilogy. This one tastes like ginger. They get outside. It also has raspberry and lemon in it, but you really taste the ginger. This isn't my favorite flavor, but just to hydrate. I feel so much better now. I'm pretty much done layering Dream. I'm just gonna put a little bit more and just blend a tiny touch more. I'm just blending the edges with Jealous, which is a teal shade we used. So this is what we have going so far. So far, not bad. I just really don't like blues eyeshadow, but for some reason I feel like I always end up, whenever I want to do a colorful look, I want to do a blue eyeshadow, and then I'm always like, why did I do that? I guess I like to torture myself. So I'm going to cut my crease. I'm going to do a half cut crease, and I have the Rare Beauty. This is the Rare Beauty concealer, and it's in the shade 130N. I really like this stuff. It has a really cool applicator. It's like really slanted. It's a little bit of a jumbo applicator. Very nice. So I'm just taking a Colourpop Cosmetics concealer brush, and we are going to cut the crease. Okay, so I have cut my creases. I'm going to use my Morphe and Jeffree Star JS10 brush. This is a really, really good brush set. I love it. I'm going to go and use this brush. It's just like a small flat shader brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Wasted right here, which is that hot neon orange coral shade. And I'm just going to pack that on where I cut the crease. So this weekend, me and my husband watched this movie, this French movie from the 70s called Fantastic Planet. It's an animated movie, super psychedelic and weird and cool. We had been wanting to see it for a long time, but it wasn't really like available on demand, but I saw it was on HBO Max, and I was like, all right, definitely want to watch it. It was really cool, very, very strange, but very cool cartoon. It's like an adult cartoon, it's definitely not for kids, but. So this is how the shade Wasted looks where I cut the crease. Looking pretty cool so far. I want to dip into this pressed glitter, which is called 419. I think I just want to put a little bit on the center of the lid, kind of where the half cut crease ends, like over top Wasted coral shade. I don't know if that's gonna look good, but I just want to play with this a little bit, and that's what I want to do. So just put this right in the center. It's a really cool color. It matches Wasted very nicely. So that is the glitter shade. I don't know if you can see that 419 over top of the matte shade, and I think it looks really cool. I think because they're kind of like the same color, it works pretty well. So I'm gonna go into the shade ASAP right over here. It's like a deep plummy brown shade, and I'm gonna take the same OCC small tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to blend where that half cut crease ends in, like this, kind of like towards the center of the lid. I'm just gonna kind of obscure the contrast of the orange and the blue right there. So far this look is coming together pretty nicely. I've been doing a lot more simple looks lately, like in real life. Haven't been as inspired because we can't really go out, wear a mask, like even though that's like the mouth, it's just like obscures the makeup look so much. It's a very frustrating time. And sometimes I feel a little too overdone when I kind of do like a full look like this and go out to like, you know, Target or something. But like, I do just really enjoy the process, so going back into wasted just to re-intensify that in the inner part. Just making sure that edge of the cut crease is nice and blended. So this is what we have going now. I'm really liking how this is looking. It's a lot of fun. I am gonna go into the shade here called Creed, which is just a silver shade. There's a bunch of different silvers and blues in this palette, and they're all a little bit different. So I guess it's good if you wanna kind of layer them. I'm using an Eye-lie-ner Cosmetics pencil brush. I'm just gonna put this in the inner corner. So that's how that shade looks in the inner corner. I think that that looks really nice. It's not too dark. I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and wipe underneath my eyes so I can just clean that area up and kind of get this to look nice and sharp. I've been liking doing that lately. I used to just do it with concealer. I've always been like stubborn about certain techniques that I learned for some reason on YouTube, but I'm definitely finding that this creates for a cleaner, sharper look to just do this with a makeup wipe. Definitely not a lot of fallout with these shadows, which is really nice. So it's just a subtle detail, just makes everything cleaner, and then when I do my concealer, it'll look a little brighter. Anyway, I'm going to go into this Haus Labs. This is the Identify Gel Eyeliner Gel Crayon in the shade Priscilla. It's like a sky blue shade. I'm just gonna put this in the waterline. I'm gonna do a few steps off camera, just like conceal. I'm gonna put on these lashes, which are the Likely Lashes Benvolio eyelashes. I'm really excited to try these. They have a few different color lashes. These are red and they're like a little less intense. They also have the Mercutio ones, I think, that are similar but like a heavier look. But I'm gonna try these. I think they'll go really cool with this look. I'm gonna do those few steps off camera and I will be right back to try a new foundation on camera. So I'm back. This is what I have going so far. I also did a wing liner. I used the Haus Labs Eye-lie-ner in the shade Punk for my wing. I also used red mascara since I have red lashes. I use this is the Colourpop Volumizing Mascara, BFF Volumizing Mascara, and this is in the shade Left on Red. So I use that on my upper lashes to try to match the eyelashes, and I think that they look really cool. Likely lashes are amazing. They are super easy to put on, and they just have such cool shapes, but they don't obscure. Like I have hooded lids and they don't like obscure my eye look, and I think that this goes really, really well with the kind of more orangey look on the lid. So I'm really happy with how this is looking. I have a new foundation to try that I wanted to try on camera. This is the Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint, and this is in the shade Light. It has SPF 30 in it. This is not a new product. This was like one of their OG products that they launched. So it's a little bit weird. It comes like, it has like this roller ball and you're supposed to like squeeze out the product. I don't know if this is actually gonna work. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, it's coming through. It's coming through! Let's try this. All right, so I'm just gonna roll this on the skin. It has a really nice smell. It smells like their sunshine oil. It's just like this kind of citrusy scent. Very, very nice. And this little ball on top is supposed to be antimicrobial, which I really like. Even though I think a pump is probably more sanitary, but it's a cool gimmick. This is a skin tint, and I'm just putting this all over my face. Probably a little light with the Sunless Tanner stuff that I used, but you know, using a Juno. I think this is like their lemon drop sponge. I really like Juno also, it's very cool. Yeah, I really like this finish. It looks very light and it's nice and dewy. but there's like a little bit of coverage there. It's not like totally, I did put a decent amount on as you saw, but it's not totally like sheer. Like I thought this product might just be like super sheer, like you have to keep layering it, but I think that one layer looks really nice and it doesn't look too heavy. Put a little more around my nose. Oh, and it just has that sunshine oil smell. So good. I love it. Hope it, like, you know, wears well, but not really going anywhere today. So it's a beautiful finish. So light. It looks just so nice and light on the skin. Maybe I'll run a little bit down my neck so it doesn't look too light my face. I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Fame on my fingertip. This is just like a frosty white shade. And I'm just for fun, I'm just gonna highlight above my brows with this. Oh, it has a little bit of a gold shift. I wasn't expecting that. It's fine. See, just that little bit of highlight. Very nice, very nice. I want to keep the lower lash line pretty light, so I'm going to go back into that lit shade, which we used as like our initial transition shade, and I'm just going to use this on the lower lash line. I'm again using the Alamar Cosmetics pencil brush. Just so there's a little something there, but nothing that's too intense compared to the top, because the top's very intense. I'm just going to blend out the lower lash line very slightly with my OCC tapered blending brush. I'm going to finish my eyes with the same Colourpop red mascara. This is the Left On Red shade. So this is the finished eye look. I'm really happy with how this came out. I think it's a lot of fun. I think that these lashes are incredible. And I just really like the different colors, the red and the orange. I mean, the orange and the blue. I think it all came together very nicely, and a little bit of red mascara on the lower lash line. And I think I'm very happy with how this came out. I definitely wanted to play today, and I definitely got a chance to. I think this looks super cool. I'm going to put some blush on. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty. This is the Soft Pinch liquid blush, and this is in the shade Joy. This is one of the dewy ones, and I really love these blushes. So it's like super pigmented, so literally like, I'm just going to start with these two dots right here. Blend it out with my beauty blender or my Juno sponge. See how pigmented that is? Like, I might have even put too much, but they blend out pretty nicely, so you can just kind of keep blending. I'm going to highlight with this Kylie Cosmetics. This is from, I don't know, I think it was like the Wilds collection. I don't remember what the collection was called, but this is the shade Hear Me Roar. It's just a powder highlight. It has like that leopard or cheetah kind of like embossing in it. I think it's like a champagne with like a little bit of a pink flip to it. So I'm using my Cossetti. This is the S140 brush, and I'm just gonna highlight this. So this is pretty nice. This is like a nice soft highlight. It's nothing too crazy. There's a little bit of a shift to it, but it's not like super duochrome colorful highlight at all. Very wearable. I'm gonna finish my lips. I'm gonna do more like nude lip just to keep the eyes the main focus. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Permagel Ultra Lip Liner in the shade Contour. Just gonna line my lips with this. I'm gonna finish my lips with a liquid lipstick. This is one by M Cosmetics. I'm not sure what it's called. I'll put the name on the screen. This is one of their like Infinity Liquid Lip Cloud liquid lipsticks. Oh, and they smell like candy. They smell so good. Chocolate. I'm gonna set everything with the Milk. This is the Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. And this is the completed look. I'm really happy with it. I think the tone of nude that I did on the lips was really nice touch. I just love the eyes. I had a lot of fun putting this together. Anyway, that completes this video. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. Have a good one. Bye guys.